Professor Mike here, back again with another video, and we just hit 45,000 miles on this Mustang, and I wanted to give a review, good and bad, of what has happened to me in this car for almost 50,000 miles now. So basically, 50,000 miles is, or 45,000 miles is, it's a lot, but it's not too much. It's not like 80,000 or 100,000 miles, but it's not 20,000 miles anymore. It's not 10,000 miles anymore. So I want to tell you guys, what has happened, and that for you to figure out if you were going to go ahead and buy a Mustang, is it a reliable car? How's my experience been with it? All right, so like I said, guys, you probably already know, I've had this car for about 4 years now, a little over 4 years. And when I first bought it, it had 5,000 miles on it. Very, very low mileage for the year because I got it in 2016 and it was a 2014 model. So this car's almost 7 years old. 2021s are almost out, so it's pretty much 7 years old. And it's got 45,000 miles on it. And there's only been about 1 or 2 things that has gone wrong, and they were an easy fix. And it wasn't really that it had gone wrong. It may have been a defect, or it may have been a recall, or maybe my fault. But the first thing was at about 38,000 miles, which is very low, the hot air went out. So I was like, that's kind of weird. So the hot air was out. Didn't really think anything of it because I didn't really know. Come to find out, my engine starts overheating. So then I pull over on the side of the road and engine's overheating. Let's check the coolant because, I don't know, it could be low or it could be out. So we go to check the coolant. It is empty, absolutely empty. I did some research that apparently like the Mustangs tend to leak coolant over time. I didn't know this, but that's not something that would happen at 38,000 miles, I would think. Maybe like 90,000 miles or 100. But 38,000 miles, I wouldn't assume or think that you would be losing coolant already. So I take it to Ford. They tell me it's my water pump. So my water pump had gone wrong. I'm like, Jesus, all right. So that was at 38,000 miles. Then at 43,000 miles, my cold air goes out. So I was like, all right, what is going on? This thing has 43,000 miles on it, and the cold air is already going out. So then I do some research. I figure out that, okay, maybe it's just low in refrigerant. I take it to Ford. Then they go ahead and tell me that the valves to my AC unit are shot and that I need to be to fix them. And it's gonna cost me $2,000. Then I was like, no, we're not doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and do my own research, figure out what this is. I go ahead and say, okay, it's probably the refrigerant. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up. Go to AutoZone, get the leak seal or the seal leak refrigerant, fill it up. The car has been great ever since. Moral of the story is, do not let Ford or any of these mechanics tell you what's wrong with your car, because I probably know that my water pump was fine. They just wanted to fix it to get me to pay more money. I could have literally just probably refilled the coolant, because I had never actually checked how much coolant was in that. So that's something that you have to do when you buy a used car, is check all the fluids so you know that everything's full and everything that is supposed to be. I probably could have got away with just refilling the coolant back to where it's supposed to be, because I didn't have to change the valves for my AC unit because I just refilled the refrigerant. But those are the only 2 things that have happened that are bad necessarily. Everything else has been great. The engine, great. All the mods too I've put on it, they've ran great. I've had it for 4 years, so I've had mods for about three years now, and perfect. Transmission, perfect. The suspension was awesome. No issues at all. What else? Basically, it's been a great car. Those 2 hiccups are fine that I had. It didn't cost me a fortune, which is great. I've heard of some Mustangs having way worse problems, but later on, like at 60, 70,000 miles, 80,000 miles. So this car's been good to me so far. Fingers crossed. Let's not jinx it though, but it's been good. 45,000 miles. We're gonna go on 50,000 miles soon, because I've been traveling from West Palm Beach, Florida to Orlando, Florida, because I'm going from school back to home to see my parents, and then going back to school, and then going back home. So I've been traveling a lot. It's a lot of highway miles, which is fine. The gas mileage has been great. I get about 23 not in the city, on the highway, and in the city I probably get like 18, which is great. So I have the V6 model, I get better gas mileage than the V8s, obviously. My buddy gets around 15 to 16, probably because he drives it like crazy too. So if I drive it like crazy, I'll probably get that much, but if he were to drive it insane all day, it'd probably be like 12. So yeah, the V8s, you know, they have worse gas mileage, obviously, but that's been good for me. Yeah, that's the 45,000 mile review, guys. Let me know in the comments what or how much miles is on your car, and tell me what kind of problems or maintenance you had to do over the years, and tell me about your oil changes and defects or recalls or things like that, because I've had an airbag recall, but that was in all Fords, or even other companies. It's just the same passenger airbag that everybody had to do, and it's not Ford's fault, and it's not the Mustang's fault, so it's not my fault. So yeah, talk to me about what you guys have and what your builds are going on. I'd love to respond, message you guys. And if you found this video helpful, leave it a like and a comment so that YouTube will share it with other people, to give knowledge to other people that are maybe looking for a Mustang or looking for a specific car and wonder, you know, at what mileage is a lot, and when can I expect things to go wrong, and when can I expect to do maintenance on these cars. So other than that, I'll see y'all in the next video.